Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Glossy Philosophy. My name is Jansen Bidman. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up because today we are talking fall trends and how to put everything together into cohesive outfits, so stay tuned. If you are into style and fashion, which you probably are since you're watching this video, then you love fall fashion as much as I do and everybody else out there in the fashion world. This year during the runway shows, we saw lots of great wearable trends, from leopard print to those really rich burgundies to caramels to really beautiful textures. We are definitely still in that monochromatic phase, but we're starting to have a little bit more texture. We're starting to have a little bit more fun, especially in the fall. So let's kind of get started with some key elements that you want to either break back out of your closet, or maybe you need to go and purchase to just spruce up some old loves from last year. Let's just start with what I'm wearing. Now, pretty much everything I'm wearing except for the sweater is from last year, or from a few years ago actually. Suede, of course, is a great transitional jacket material. It's also a really great shoe material for the fall. Having a lightweight suede jacket is a great thing to have during these transition weeks when the weather is cooler in the mornings and then warms up. So I am wearing this really lightweight EVEREVE suede jacket from a few years ago that still is in great condition. It's a little bit on the cooler side, even though a lot of the trends are on the warmer butterscotch brown side. And I paired it with a corduroy skirt, again, that I got last year from LOFT, but it's in an A-line silhouette, so still very relevant, and it's long enough even though it's considered a mini because it's above the knee. Now, the new element that I've added is not only pairing these two things together, the corduroy skirt with the more boxy suede jacket, I've also paired it with a leopard print sweater top. Now, this sweater top is only a short sleeve, which again is a great transitional piece. So it looks really good with a jacket, and it looks really great without the jacket. So again, I can wear it on those mornings when it's a little bit cooler with a jacket, or I can wear it all by itself with a slightly heavier corduroy skirt. Now, the thing I love about leopard print, which you can get from shoes, handbags, coats, vests, sweaters, anything you want in leopard print, you can have. This one's a little bit more abstract, which I like because I do have a few more leopard print pieces, like a maxi skirt that I've had for a while that is just a traditional leopard print. The thing I like about this one is not only does it play to the cooler tones, so I have a little bit more flexibility with what I get to pair it with, but I also like that it's a little bit more abstract. Is it crocodile? Is it leopard? What is it exactly? So that's really fun, a little bit different from your more traditional one. I also love the leopard print because of the coloration of the pattern. It's typically in a khaki or a cream base with that black and brown spot on top, so it goes with so much. It's almost a neutral pattern. Something like the sweater is absolutely a neutral based leopard print design because everything is very neutral, everything's in the same cooler family, and again, it just goes with so many other things. It's very easy to pair with things that you probably already have in your closet, so we love that when we're introducing trends into our closet or just kind of revamping up some things. Now, let's get to the rack because there's a lot of newness on here and a lot of things to discuss. Always, 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 jackets in the fall are major and absolutely a must, especially in lots of different weights. So we have something that's lightweight in a suede. Maybe you run a little bit cooler and you want something a little bit heavier. This one is from LOFT. It's more of that Moto style compared to the boxy style jacket I was wearing before. That's almost a little bit like a lady jacket, but more casual. This one is absolutely on the warmer scale, and yet it works really well with this cooler espresso brown. So don't be afraid to mix and match your tones, especially if they're in the same color family. That can be a really beautiful and fun way to put a twist on your outfits. Now, what are you wearing something like that with? If you want to kind of change it up from this base outfit, you can grab another trend, which is of course plaid. Plaid always, always, always comes back in the fall. Right now they're kind of calling it English countryside, but let's be real, plaid is always here, right? It's always here in the fall. So if you get something plaid, you're gonna pull it out again and again, especially if you get it in more of that neutral tones that you can mix and match with things that you already have in your closet or things that you can easily replace year after year. A lot of the stuff is from LOFT. This skirt, of course, is from LOFT because you guys know I love LOFT skirts. But it's not only doing that English countryside plaid and the smaller plaid print. It's not a tweed like we usually see from them. It's definitely more of a wool feel, but it doesn't feel heavy, which is great. So this is going to be a great transitional skirt. You can pair it with tights. You can pair it with tall boots. You can pair it with no tights and ballet flats. I mean, this works really, really well. But we also have the Horsebit, which we really see in Ferragamo. We really see in Gucci. So this is another major trend that's happening. So just having kind of these two things happening at once feels very now, feels very modern, and yet very timeless at the same time. And I like that these little Horsebits are not very distracting. They're just adding a little bit of detail to an otherwise very classic mini skirt. Now, what are you pairing that with? Instead of going with that charcoal brown, which you could go with, I'm grabbing that chocolate brown in something of a mock neck. Now, we saw tons and tons of mock necks, funnel necks, cowl necks on the runway, in coats, in sweaters. Having something like this, yes, feels very 1990s, but that's kind of where we are in the fashion train. And I'll be darned if it doesn't look amazing underneath blazers, moto jackets, boxy jackets. It's just, not only is it functional, but it just looks really good, really pulled together and very European. So here we are with like two very classic pieces, pairing it with something, again, another classic piece, but in a modern coloration palette. And it looks so good. And it feels like something you'll want to pull out again and again, which is exactly what we want. Of course, we have to talk about sweaters because it's fall, and who doesn't love a sweater? I went with something very classic, that roll neck from J. Crew. Now, you guys, if you've been following me on the book chat, then you know that I did that book talk on the J. Crew Insider story, which just kind of rocked my world, I'm not gonna lie, in January. And I've been very interested in J. Crew clothing ever since. And the roll neck, there's something really magical about it. And I also like that not only is it cotton, so it breathes really well and yet keeps you nice and warm. I also really like that this style in particular is a little bit more cropped, so it looks really nice with all of these mini skirts that are popping out all of a sudden in lots and lots of different brands. It's not just LOFT. You can get it from Cut From The Cloth. You can get it pretty much anywhere. But I like having something in a navy, in a black, in a cream, in a butterscotch, anything that just adds a little bit of something to your wardrobe that you can dress up, you can dress down, you can make in between. All those things. Pair it with your plaid skirt for a little bit of a dressier version. Pair it with denim for that weekend or run around. Pair it with some tailored trousers that are tapered, and that could be very cool, and a belt. Ooh. So good. Another thing you want to think about, I know that the lady jacket is, again, very, very popular, but don't discount just a great cardigan with a little bit of detailing. This one from LOFT has a little bit of speckles, which always reminds me of sprinkles, and that just makes me really happy because I do love to bake. But the sprinkles and the flecking that are going on in here, it just creates a little bit of visual interest and allows you to play with coloration. So I can wear this sweater as a pullover sweater with this chocolate brown, or I can grab one of the season's colors and more of that Bordeaux or really deep eggplant color, and it looks really beautiful. It just kind of pulls out the different flecks that you can see as I'm kind of holding them up together. This is also in a corduroy. It's basically the repeat of last year's skirt, but in the current color trend. So that one's really great. A couple of the pieces that will just make your life easier and absolutely a little bit more glossy. We saw a huge varsity preppy trend last year. Not as heavy this year because we were definitely going more in English countryside, but don't discount your varsity jackets that you got last year. Don't discount those aviator jackets, those bomber jackets, those whatever we're calling them this season. I really, really like these, not only paired with the mini skirts, I also really like them with a dress pant. There's something about, especially a tapered pant, pairing this kind of a jacket with a tapered pant that just feels very visually interesting against the tapered of the pleated or non-pleated dress pant. I also have been enjoying kind of grabbing onto that ladylike trend of not going with a see-through, but something a little bit more satin, something that feels very feminine. And that, again, paired with a tapered pant, paired with a mini skirt, just feels very cool, very chic, very now. And also, I can pair both of these items with tons and tons of things in my wardrobe and create a bunch of other outfits, but together they work beautifully, and both of these pieces are also from LOFT. A few last items. Of course, we have to talk about trousers. Whether you are a wide leg gal, a straight leg gal, a cigarette pant gal, a tapered pant gal, go out into the stores, try on all the different silhouettes, find the silhouette that works for you, that makes you feel the best, and then start playing around with the silhouettes and the structures of what is going on top, and you will find that magic formula that you can just grab all the time. Get these pants in your neutrals, in your blacks, your navies, your chocolate browns, your khakis, whatever color palette works for you. Figure out kind of your uniform, and this will be the thing that you grab over and over and over again. You can dress these pants up, you can dress them down, you can wear them with your boxy roll neck sweater, you can wear them with a cardigan, you can wear them with something that's a little bit more dressy, a cowl neck, throw on a jacket, feels very work appropriate. Go with an oversized blazer, it feels very modern. Go with more of a fitted blazer, it feels a little bit more classic. So many options with dress pants, and it's a great way to not wear denim all the time, because trousers and dress pants have come so far in the last 5 years even. They're so much more comfortable, and especially stores like Taylor and Taylor Loft are really thinking about women and how they move and their body shape, and just making things a little bit easier and more comfortable. Of course, we also need those one and done pieces, so if that is a jumpsuit for you or if that is a dress for you, you gotta have at least one dress that you can just pull out and pair with your jackets or wear alone. I like to have a couple different dresses in a couple different lengths. Both of these are midi lengths. They look great with tall boots. They also look really great with Moto jackets as well, and bomber jackets, which I have a lot of. So for me, this makes the most sense. This one's a little bit more fitted. It has that plaid detailing going on. And again, because it's based in neutral colors and neutral tones, it feels like something I'll want to pull out again next year. It doesn't feel like a waste of money, and it doesn't feel like I'm just jumping on the trend train. This, again, is another really classic silhouette. It is a utility dress, but it is in a midi. It has a really nice slit on both sides, so there's lots of movement as you walk, but it doesn't feel inappropriate. And I also really appreciate that the slit is on the side and not in the front, which when you sit down, if you buy something that has a slit in the front, make sure that that slit is not going up too high when you sit down, because I guarantee you that you will come into a situation where you're sitting down next to somebody, there's no table, there's no desk in front of you, and what's happening right there. So make sure you're testing that out. And last but not least, a jacket. And when I say a jacket, I really mean a coat, because we need, as the weather gets cooler and cooler, we need that not as heavy as a winter jacket, but something that is definitely warmer than our aviators and our bombers, or something that just feels a little bit better, maybe with a work dress. So you can get something in plaid. Again, this is from last year, EVEREVE. They came out with another one. Their plaid jacket this year is in black and charcoal, and it looks really lovely. I really like this one. It's a really nice medium weight, and it feels fun and yet dressy at the same time. This is a new one from Velvet. It is glorious. You can flip it. It is reversible, including the pocket. They put so much thought and so much detail into this one. It does have a little bit of that funnel neck, and it just, you don't want to take it off because it's so soft. On one side is shearling, on the inside is suede, and again, you can reverse that. So very wearable. So those are my recommendations for the fall trends that you should try and incorporate into your life. Thank you guys so much for watching this trend video. I think it's really fun to participate in the trends. Really important that you find trends that work for you, that work for your body type, and of course your life. So make sure that you are trying everything on and sitting down, standing up, and thinking about how you live your life on a daily basis. And if you can mix and match your pieces as well to get the most goodie out of them. I do fashion videos every Wednesday, beauty videos every Friday. Make sure you are watching me on Instagram and watching the shorts in between, because I'm doing lots of outfit inspiration and makeup before and afters to make your life a little bit easier and a little bit more glossy. And I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.